reporting on the games you love by people who love to game. The MMO Reporter Network.
Maybe you could show me some moves.
So let's go ahead and start with you, Allona.
Well, I happen to be running around Tyria and happen to catch the eye of the hero of Shamor, Kaladin Oakenshield. I did a slash wave and a slash blush, and he gave me a slash wink, and I slash swooned. It was wonderful.
Gotta love that in-game flirtation.
Bam!
That really got my heart pumping.
Perhaps the hero of Shamor can offer some insight here.
Happiness mode engaged.
Hello, I'm back.
Welcome.
Ready for action.
Happy to meet you, hero.
Glad to have you with us.
You'll find everything you need here.
Hail, traveler.
Wake up, you motherless Edens. It's time to go.
I'd offer the traditional pirate's greeting, but your spleen is better unperforated.
You're listening to Guild Wars Reporter on the MMO Reporter Network, brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at audibletrial.com/MMOReporter, and by Doghouse Systems. Choose your weapon at doghousesystems.com. Hello and welcome to another episode of Guild Wars Reported. This is episode 163. I am Celeste, and as always, I'm joined by the alluring Allona.
Ooh, I'm alluring? Thank you, impatient Celeste.
That doesn't sound very endearing, but okay.
Well, it works. It works further down.
Okay.
In the show notes. We'll get to
there,
it.
I'm sure. So, Allona,
Yes.
I know that you probably have been crazy busy dreaming about your Chronomancer, but I'm sure that you may have managed to sneak in some time in-game.
Not as much this week. We were actually out of town on the weekend, so I missed Funges and Fraggles. I'm going to go with Fraggles. I like that. Funges and Fraggles. Copyrights be damned. Actually, I have no idea if they even happened or not. I actually made a note in the guild message saying, if there are enough people on who want to play, please proceed without guild leader.
Do things without me.
Just go. Go and do fun stuff. So I missed that. Oh, I forgot to mention on the last show. I didn't do this on the last show. I picked up a couple of the Dueno weapons, the greatsword and the pistol. They're both on Allona. I loves them so much. And I'm seriously eyeing 2 more from that set. So I looked, but no, haven't got them yet. So anyway, I missed Fungens and Fractals. And I also, sadly, because we were away, missed the Relics of War's Plant vs. Zombies event, which was like, looking at the clock, I can't break away from family stuff to do this.
Yeah.
Sad, but I hope they do it again.
I hope so too. They could do this like every month, to be honest.
Yeah, I would love that. Yay.
I'm sure it takes a fair amount of organization, but yeah, I missed it too, and I has the sads.
Also, I didn't lose guild missions with Maven this week. Spoiler. But that was even with my 10-second penalty, I didn't lose at guild missions.
Yay!
So that was victory, as far as I'm concerned. It wasn't the spiders. The spiders are my nemesis. I have a terrible time at the spider's scurry, I think it's called. Anet took a healthy chunk of my paycheck this week because I bought the account jumpstart and the wedding attire.
Oh, goodness. That's what, like, $35 almost?
That's 3,000 gems.
Yeah, so that's like...
all told.
$35.
Yes, and it's more for me because exchange rates.
Fun.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I basically just signed over my paycheck and said, here, well, no. I get paid more than $35, but still.
Yeah.
And the wedding attire is on every single one of my characters.
So it's kind of like me in the monk outfit.
Yeah, basically. I just went through and every single character. And then I went through and made a testing character to see what it looked like on the races and genders I didn't have.
Yeah.
On top of everything else. Because I'm like, gotta see.
Who am I going to make next?
Well, I deleted them all because their names were actually testing. So, like with weird spelling to guarantee that I wouldn't make something I would keep.
Ah, I see.
Yeah. Allona, like many other characters, got her 3rd birthday present.
Mm-hmm.
So for the dye, I decided on Glint's Isolation, which is a cream. So I feel kind of like I wanted something flashy, but at the same time, it was like, this Isolation dye is like the perfect off-white.
There's a lot to be said for that.
Well, yeah, like there's a lot of either white or even like gray white off-whites, and then things that go towards the yellow spectrum of off-white are just way too yellow or brown. And so this is that cream. It's perfect. So I went with that one. Just tonight, when I got home from work, I logged in long enough to finish off the Godskull weapons.
Ah, okay.
Yes, so I have that done now.
Hooray!
Hooray! I had a few large skulls donated by Gildy. So that was Romo would send me a few of them. So that was very helpful. And after several barren farming runs, I just bought the last 8 I needed through buy orders on the trading post.
Fair enough.
Because I'm like, I cannot deal with this anymore.
Yeah, I can, if you're going and farming it every darn day.
I wasn't, but the last 5, I think I got 2. Like, it was very, very slim pickings. That's all I did. Like, little bits of other things here and there, but nothing that jumped out in my brain when I was writing this list. What did you do?
I also worked on crafting. I finished the Bandit and Crate weapon collections. The next one up is to do the Godskull, but farming, blech.
There's actually some other options for areas that I could point out to you other than the one in Frostgorge.
Okay, that'll be good. But
yeah,
I ended up using Karma to unlock most of the Bandit ones, because if you don't know, you can go to your Borderland and the Karma weapon trader sells Bandit skins. And if you go with like a level 5 character, it's like 100 Karma each.
Is the Karma different based on your level?
Yes.
Okay, well, I went in with Allona and did that because I'm apparently an idiot and I wish I'd known differently.
Well, there's your unofficial tip of the week, guys.
Now that it's done for me.
Right. I went on the world boss train for a while, just kind of tootling to make some money. I kind of was running low. And so I was like, I'm going to go boss train for a while. And it was okay. It was during the day. Nobody else was on. I was lonely.
Did you sing It's My Party and I'll cry if I want to while you did it?
I should have, but I did not.
This is a fun game. By myself. Oh, that's what you should have been playing or singing. All by myself, that one.
No.
Oh.
So I got my 3rd birthday present on Ostara.
Sorry, just no.
I ended up picking the rosewood dye just because it kind of was the only one that I thought that looked pretty good on leather. And I have Perseverance, which is the other dye that I really like. So just I'm going to try it. I'm not crazy about the timey colors, so.
Did you have the one from Flame and Frost, the frost one, the dark?
I have Deep Glacial Teal, yeah.
Yeah. See, I was eyeing that one a lot, but then decided not to.
Yeah, I had bought that back in the day, I think for 20 or 30 gold.
Hey, so how many characters do you have that were from Head Start still? Do you have
I
more
only
than
had one?
Yeah. And then do you know what your next?
Yeah, my next is going to be my Elementalist, and it's in 2 weeks or something.
Okay. My next is in 3 months. Because I did not make any alts for a very long time.
Oh my. See, I remember making a bunch of characters, but I guess I remember I was trying to grab names. So I think for my elementalist, I just clicked through and grabbed the name, and that's it. And then I must have deleted it to remake her actually nice.
Okay, yeah.
So
that's cool.
Then I ran around on my warrior for a while. Return of Steak and Potato Man. And
is that really what he's called?
His name is Steak and Potato Man.
Okay.
I'm still not having a whole lot of fun with him.
What level is he?
Like 10.
Okay. It took me probably until level 50 or 60 to actually enjoy playing a warrior.
So I should tome it?
I don't know if it was the skills that were available to me or if it was just getting it finally triggering the playstyle. So I don't know which one it was.
Okay.
But I think part of my issue was my warrior was the second character I had made, and I had made her, again, like 3 months after I had made a Mesmer.
Mm-hmm.
So I went straight from Mesmer to warrior, and that's a really big shift.
Yeah, that is.
So I think that might have been as well.
Mm-hmm.
But we should get an all-warrior party together and do stuffs.
We could try that, sure.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun. I like doing all profession X or all profession Y parties. I think that's fun.
It is fun, but I'm pretty terrible at it.
So, it's a game.
I understand, but if you're falling on your face every 5 minutes, it starts to be not fun.
Yeah, but if you're running with other warriors, then there's a lot of like damage sponges running around.
Good point. So we live stream on Wednesdays at 9:30 p.m. EDT, 6:30 p.m. PDT at twitch.tv/MMOReporter. You can subscribe to the audio version of the podcast on iTunes or Stitcher or anywhere else, really, including YouTube. And you should remember to rate and review us and subscribe and like and all that other good stuff that goes along with making people think that it's quality media that you've been consuming. And, you know, we appreciate that.
Make you think.
Well,
just make it sound like when you download the podcast, there's little hypnosis goggles. You like this.
Basically. A quick note, guys, that next Wednesday, we're kind of sort of doing a show. We are going to live stream with the folks from Relics of War and probably talk about all the stuff that's happening on Saturday.
It's the What Happened at PAX Extravaganza. PAX Extravaganza!
Yes.
Think we're ready for another attack?
From land, air, or sea, we won't be caught off guard again.
Report from Lion's Arch.
Long live Lion's Arch.
There were patch notes for this past Tuesday, the 25th. Not a whole lot of actual changes, really, but a bunch of bug fixes, like the Overwars meta in Fields of Ruin has now been remedied.
And how long has that been broken?
A long time. Very long time.
Yes. I'm trying to remember when... I don't think I've ever known it to work, so there's that.
I've done that event chain like once.
So why are we doing a show? We should go do that right now. Bye, guys. No. All right.
They fixed a bug that prevented minions from quickly targeting your attack target, which I gotta kind of wonder if that was found out by someone who was attending PvZ.
Yeah, I did see a tweet go out about that, but I can't remember which way they were saying.
Yeah, I don't know. There were various profession bug fixes. If you're interested, click on the link to read for your various profession.
I was actually surprised by quite a number of them.
Anything in particular you feel worth mentioning?
No, because I typically just go straight to Mesmer and only read that, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I end up reading just the Ranger ones.
But I go through, I'm like, these are all skills I use. This is important to me.
In case you've been to Heart of the Mists and haven't noticed, the practice button has been removed from the UI.
I did not notice. I never hit it because I was scared of it. I didn't know what it did. It was like just this scary button that I didn't ever go to.
All right, then. For Ranked Arena, it requires you to now be rank 20 before you can queue up for it.
I think that's a good change.
It is, because you don't need to go in there rank 5 and try to do ranked. New players will no longer need to complete a tutorial before entering the Heart of the Mists.
Which I think is a great move, because I found it scary and daunting when it happened the first time, and I'm pretty sure the intention was supposed to be the opposite.
Yeah, it didn't really feel like a tutorial as much as a, hey, you have to do these things before you want to do the things you want to do.
When it first happened, because this is going back a while now, and I'm like, what is this? I had to be talked through it by people on voice chat because I was like, I don't know what's happening. So, yay! I'm glad.
Good stuff. Now, for some World vs. World changes, they fixed a bug that allowed Superior Arrow Cart and Guild Arrow Cart skills to ignore line of sight checks, which is just kind of like, I can't believe that was happening. For Edge of the Mist, they fixed a bug that allowed players to delay the Mechanical Siege Devourer transform by using items like tonics and instruments. And all I can picture is somebody, like, as a tree, going up and talking to the guy to change, and then running away as a tree.
That'd be awesome.
And then as soon as they stop that tonic, they can go into the Mechanical Siege Devourer, which, I mean, that's kind of exploity. Gets you across the map a lot faster. And service NPCs have been switched to a non-combatant team to prevent them from being killed through various exploits, which I figured that all NPCs were unkillable.
Oh, service ones, yeah.
Yeah, I just figured that was always the case.
That would have been cool, though. I managed to kill the merchant. Because I'm a jerk.
Basically. And for those of you that break out of maps, here's a wonderful little solution for you guys. Players will now be killed if they travel too far outside of the playable space on maps. And this is specifically for World vs. World.
Yeah, I read that and thought, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going to check out... Oh, dead.
They fixed a bug that allowed players to rally off of Mesmer clones.
I'm trying to decide how long this bug was in the game because I was in a couple PvP matches and I rallied, but I don't remember any players being defeated. So I think I benefited from this several times.
Well,
there were Mesmers on the other team.
Well, you know, it's not like you were doing it knowingly or anything.
No, but I'm like, wow, that's quite the bug.
They fixed a client crash that occurred when players stopped spectating rangers in PvP. So you must watch only the rangers.
Ranger Wars.
Yes, Ranger Wars 2.
It's all Ranger all the time. That's awesome.
Yes, they fixed a bug that allowed players in stealth to be finishable by enemies, which is just kind of like, ooh, I'm glad I didn't have that happen to me.
And again, I think that did happen to me. So, because there were some times that are like, hey, how, but I was, no. So the anniversary sale is continuing, going to be 21 days of sales. We're already in and amongst them now. A lot of them are expiring on the 29th, which is actually interesting because some of the items that they've put in the gem store right now they were things that only had 1 day sales prior.
Right. Now they're in for a week.
Which is nice. They also had the account bump package for 800 gems. It's 20 account bound unidentified dies, 15 transmutation charges, 10 experience boosters, and 5 Black Lion keys. And the account jumpstart package, which is ostensibly for new players, but is totally the one I bought for 2,000 gems, which is 30 account-bound unidentified dies, 15 transmutation charges, 2 bag slot expansions, 2 bank tab expansions, and 10 Black Lion chest keys. And the account-bound unidentified dies, once you identify them, you can sell them.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yes, because I only, of the 30, only got 3 that I didn't have.
That's rough.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do? But I could sell the rest.
At least it wasn't like account bound. You can do nothing with them. Nothing!
Well, you could Mystic Forge them, probably.
Good point.
But in any event, the bag expansions and the bank tab expansions, I think that one's a fantastic deal.
Yeah, the bank tabs on their own are 600 each. I know that.
They're 600, and so they're 1,000. So yeah, it works out that the 2 of each works out to 2,000 gems. So you basically are getting the dies, the charges, and the keys for free.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a pretty good deal.
Yep. They also, on this past Tuesday, released the wedding attire outfit. It is 1,000 gems, which is more than outfits typically are. But it's a seriously amazing outfit set. In most outfit sets, there's like a male and a female set. And it's just spread across all the different races. This is a male, and also the Char and Azura often share.
Right.
And this one is 10 different outfits because it's male and female for each of the different races. And the only outfit that was like that before was the cook's outfit. Which is the reason I love the cook's outfit, even though it's not necessarily the most jazzy of the outfits.
Right.
But I love the fact that it was culturally different depending on which race you were playing.
Yeah.
So it's... I love this. I went through, the only one that I wasn't super jazzed about was the male Sylvari. Just found it a little bland. But it was okay. Like, it was still good. It wasn't like, I'm not buying this because of the one. And I have a bit of an aside in here because I think this is a good segue for something that I've had a note on my computer for a long time. And so, because we're talking about outfits, as I said before, they often have single outfits for the Char and Azura. And I don't mind when there's no gender difference between them. But it always defaults to the male outfit, which, Yeah,
that's not always the most ideal.
No, like the noble outfit on a female Azura looks dumb, honestly. Quite frankly. If they're going to do one outfit for both male and female Char and male and female Azura, I would prefer if they made a gender neutral one that was thematically still tied what was offered to the more humanoid races.
I could get behind that.
But different. So, like the noble outfit, it doesn't look like the male or the female noble outfit. It thematically ties in with it, but it's different, and both male and female Azura or male and female Char can wear it. And that's, if they're going to go that route, that's what I'd prefer. Because if they have to redo it for the different body shape anyway, why not?
Fair enough.
And also sometimes staying gender true, you can get some kind of weird things happening. Like the ancestral outfit on the female Char is kind of weird looking with the cleavage hole.
Oh, yeah, that's a problem. I kind of saw that on the wedding attire for the female Char, and I was like, alrighty.
No, the wedding, it dyes really well.
Okay.
I think at first when I saw the female Char for the wedding attire, I'm like, meh. But then when I got in and dyed it the way I like it, I do really like it.
Okay.
That said, the male Char is phenomenal. The wedding outfit.
I have not seen it.
Oh, it's really good. So anyway, thus endeth my rant. I just need to go on about that. Moving back to what we're actually talking about, which was the anniversary sale. The romantic gift pack is available for 400 gems. It's the bouquet of roses and the box of chocolates. This is a really good buy, and if I didn't already have the bouquet of roses, I would probably pick it up. But I'm not going to for just the box of chocolates.
I don't have either. I'm probably not going to get it.
The roses are really cute, and they're fun to troll people with because you can throw them at people, and then all of a sudden they have roses in their hands, and they can't do anything about it.
It's kind of that feeling for when you pick up a warrior banner and you're like, I don't know what to do with this.
Yep. It happens all the time. And there are also the return of many weapon skins and other items. They're in there for a while. Go check them out, see what's available. Everyone's favorite wings are back.
Mm-hmm.
And more than the 24-hour sale than that they had been previously. Wingageddon is upon us.
Wingageddon is upon us. I agree.
Was that Clouded Chimera who said that on Twitter?
I think so.
It was pretty funny. I was like, oh yes, if it wasn't bad before, it's going to be bad now.
Although I think the novelty of them has worn off a bit, though they do seem to look really good with the wedding attire.
That is true. I saw one with the male Char with the wings saying, I made a Char angel. Which is actually kind of adorable.
Mm-hmm. So some other news that came out just today is that the second beta weekend event is going to be happening starting at noon Pacific on Friday, September 4th, and running until midnight Pacific time on Sunday, September 6th.
And I'm kind of excited. So actually, the last beta weekend event, did they have like a closing out event?
Not that I'm aware of.
Because they did that with the beta weekends at the beta events before launch.
I logged in because they had extended it, I guess, Monday, right. And there wasn't anything really special happening as far as I know.
Okay. Because Monday's a holiday for most people in North America.
Mm-hmm.
I can stay up super duper late if I want to.
Hooray!
Hooray for vacations.
Yes. The progress that you made during the last beta weekend event, if you had beta access then, has been preserved. So you don't need to worry about that. You're already going to be leveling your next mastery.
Yay!
So that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
What's available for play during this weekend will be the Revenant, using the full selection of core specializations, weapons, including underwater combat, and legends. You'll also be able to play with our new elite specialization system that grows your character professions into new elite specializations.
Ooh, actually, I missed that little note when I was, reading the post and also the show notes.
Yeah, you'll be able to try out the Chronomancer, Dragon Hunter, Reaper, and Tempest, as well as the newly announced elite specializations Berserker and Herald, as well as the Thief specialization we'll announce later this week.
Okay, go on.
All the elites except for Engineer and Ranger.
And then you said grumble, grumble, and I said says the impatient Celeste.
Yes.
Coming full circle.
Well, it's like, come on!
They're releasing these things fairly quickly.
I understand that, but it's like, oh man.
Although there was no gaming site pre-reveal of what the Thief is going to be today.
Yeah.
Did not go unnoticed.
No, we noticed that it didn't happen. For our second beta weekend test, you'll be landing in a different part of the map than the one we showed you in our first beta weekend, and you'll be able to explore a new area, the jungle floor biome.
Yay!
I thought that's where we had been.
Oh, yeah, we were on the floor. It was the roots we hadn't been to.
Yeah. I'm wondering if maybe that's a mistype.
Maybe.
I don't know. You'll find survivors from a ship of nobles that traveled with the Pact fleet to witness the battle with Mordremoth and gotten far more than they bargained for, including one particularly famous noble who has gone wild. The Quaggan Baruch and his village, who potentially joined the Pact in your personal story, were also aboard an airship that went down with the fleet when Mordremoth tore it from the sky. The survivors can also be found working with an ordnance corps to muster together a counter-assault to the jungle dragon. Across this area, numerous new enemies are there to face off against, including your first encounters with the aggressive Hylic tribes, Caustic and Zakatl.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that when Colin was talking on Points of Interest, he specifically said, we've only ever seen the floor.
Mm-hmm.
That we have not seen the canopy or roots, and there's only the 3 biomes. But now I need to go back and watch that again.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe
to be sure.
That could be a mistype. I don't know.
Okay.
That, or we're seeing a new area of...
That could be. Just a whole new area of the...
Wow. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder who the noble is that has gone wild. And I kind of want it to be Lord Faren so that we can find him like in a bikini and roasting a Hylic over some coals or something. And I would love to see a feral Faren.
Yeah. What is it with you and roasting sentient beings, though?
I'm just trying to think. Okay, well, a bug maybe? Something that Faren could tackle. A bug, a grub, maybe.
He could do a grub.
Yeah, or
he could do,
maybe a mushroom. Maybe one of the mushrooms with the butts.
Yes. Are they still kind of sentient-y?
It's a mushroom with a butt.
It's a cute little bug. But also, let's go back a little bit here. Who decided to send nobles into a war zone?
I don't know. What?
Who thought this is the best idea we ever had? I'm totally signing off on this. Who does that?
You gotta wonder. Hunter's saying that it's a new area of the floor, so that makes more sense.
Yes.
They probably wanted to go and witness the victory or something, and
well, that's what I said. Witness the battle, but okay, you live in a world with magic. Surely you can get some sort of like scrying pool,
a thing that exists,
in the world, and then watch it that way.
Yeah,
they sent themselves.
Yeah, that probably would have been better. Stronghold will also be active, where pre-purchasers will have access to all of the Mist Champions, and other folks just get the first one, which I think is Tarai.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And basically as what they would like to get is feedback. Just all the feedback. During the daytime, we're showing 2 new outposts and a big pile of events that go along with them. Are they fun? Do they tell a compelling narrative that helps bring you into the world? Do the events feel meaningful, challenging, and interesting? The nighttime component of Verdant Brink will be relatively similar to Beta Weekend Event 1. We look forward to sharing the expanded version of the night experience in future beta events.
Yes. Further to this, and it was pointed out, I didn't notice it, it was pointed out, I think it was Hunter who pointed it out to me. Did anyone else notice that there are beta achievements in the achievement UI?
I had not noticed.
Yeah, if you go to your achievements, there's a new drop down that says Beta Weekend. And there's a series of, it's like complete one event during nighttime or something like that. Like there's a series of them like that. So you can, but how does this work? Because achievements are account bound, but you don't get to keep achievements that you gain from your beta characters.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that would work at all.
My brain is now hurting. I think I thought it was cool, and now I've started like, no, wait.
The only way this works is if there's going to be a soft launch and nothing gets wiped. But I don't think they're going to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. Unless they've somehow coded in, because of the technology of allowing the beta weekend stuff to happen on the live servers but not affect your account.
Mm-hmm.
If they figured out some way for just these achievements to stay.
I don't know. That seems pretty hairy.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm not sure how that would work.
I'm not a coder. I don't programmer.
You know how you fix things. You just press a button, right?
Flip a switch.
Flip a switch. That fixes everything.
Fixed it for you. Mm-hmm. Also on Friday, they had Points of Interest 30, and it was almost exclusively about the Berserker.
Yes.
And it started off, they had been sent a few presents from Sarah Kane, who does cosplay.
Mm-hmm.
And she had sent through a Quaggan backpack that she had made, which Robert G opened up and a stuffing started to fly out. They had to zip it back up again, which I thought was hilarious. And also the Juggernaut, which is the legendary hammer.
Mm-hmm.
And dang, that's a fine looking piece of craftsmanship.
Yeah. She was wearing that cosplay with the Quaggan backpack at PAX South. Mm-hmm. It looked really cool.
Oh, so you've seen it up close. Did you get to hold it?
No.
You should have asked.
No. I didn't. I was too shy.
Yeah, I was going to say, you just went to bashful voice. No.
I'm not good in person. Over the internet.
Different story?
Yeah. In person, not so much.
When they started talking about the Berserker specifically, they mentioned how thematically the Berserker is sustained damage, more angry, and based around fire. So like they were saying, the Necro Elite, the Reaper, is more based around chill and slow, and the Berserker is fast and angry and fire.
Basically, yeah. It's kind of in opposite corners.
I really like the idea of the themes and opposites.
Me too.
They also talked about the torch, and the 2 skills that will come with that are Blaze Breaker. It's a physical attack, and it hits 5 times. And Flames of War turns you into a mobile fire field. Persists if you weapon swap, i.e. fire field, and then greatsword to pass through an area. It can be blasted and leapt through to cause more burning. All the burning.
All the
time. Who knew a torch would cause burning?
Oh.
Crazy.
Yeah. So there's also the utility skills that they talked about, which are considered to be rage skills. The heal is Blood Reckoning, and it converts outgoing damage into healing. And it also works with Condi damage, so if you're doing a big burst, as soon as you get low and you pop it, you can, gain back a whole bunch of health.
That's a great name.
There's Wild Blow, which knocks back an enemy, and it knocks into enemies behind it.
Yes!
So it kind of does like a pushback for a whole bunch of people. It's got a 100% crit rate on the first hit, so it does like 1 swing and then 2, and it will hit up to 5 foes.
And it is named after a Guild Wars 1 skill, which I was like, yay!
Yep. There's Shattering Blow, which summons a rock in front of you, and then you punch it. The rock explodes and hits everyone in front of you, which is like paraphrase version of what they use to describe it, but yeah. And you can actually like punch back projectiles if you time it correctly, so it's kind of like a reflect.
It's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to arrow to the face you. No, I'm going to punch this arrow back at you.
Essentially.
That's awesome.
Yeah. There is Thundering Leap, which you leap into an area and cause 10 stacks of vulnerability on up to 5 foes. And it gives you adrenaline while you're leaping as well.
That's interesting.
There's lots of room for leap finishers and fire auras through this as well. There's Outrage. It's a stun break. It causes 10 seconds of recharge, and you get 3 adrenaline for each enemy near you when it's activated.
That's pretty sweet.
And then, of course, the elite is called Headbutt, which was also an elite in Guild Wars 1. Short-range dash attack. It stuns enemies for 3 seconds, but it also stuns you for 1 second and gives you full adrenaline if it hits.
That's full adrenaline. That's nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah. Well, you're going to need that if you enter into Berserk mode.
Yes. And with that, the function keys, so your profession-specific keys, change to become Primal Burst skills. They are going to be on a 5-second cooldown. So the F2, Berserk mode, can be activated at 30 adrenaline to flip to your Primal Burst. And because you have a lot of weapons at your disposal when you are a warrior, there is Flaming Flurry, which is the sword attack. It shoots off fireballs in a cone. It'll cut down projectiles approaching you with the sword swings, so reflection. Arcing Sear for the greatsword. It's an expanding ring of fire. Each ring applies burning and can be interacted with like a fire line. Scorched Earth, which is a great name, for longbow. It launches a bunch of small fire fields in a line. They're small and short, but the skill can be cast a lot more often. So the arrow doesn't hit a target.
Yeah, it shoots off these fire fields. You don't actually hit with a projectile.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Gunflame. Is it really just called Gunflame?
It is.
It's like, well, we don't have a name for this one. What does it do? Well, it's your rifle, and it damages and burns, and on hit it explodes, which cause daze. Well, that's just Gunflame? Yeah, it's good for now.
It works. Yeah.
Gunflame.
And then the most cringe-worthy name, Skull Grinder. It's the Mace Primal Burst. It hits one target, but it dazes, confuses, weakens, cripples, and blinds.
Love it.
Yeah. Awful name.
So you jumped in to want to say that one.
Yes.
There's Rupturing Smash, which is hammer, shockwave that cascades out in 5 directions, sunray style from the front, and each wave knocks back foes and causes damage. Rupturing Smash! Do you yell these things when you do them? Because that would be awesome.
I didn't notice if the character did, but that would be pretty amazing if it was like the shouts from the Elementalist.
Yeah.
Watch the
Gunflame! Yes. Decapitate! Which is axe, and it hits one target and then shock waves behind that target for up to 5 foes. And it's a leap finisher.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want a rundown for all these traits and function keys...
The official descriptions of all of these skills.
Yes. Currently, over on Dulphy, she has screen caps of everything, so you can go read that. In PvP 101, Hugh was actually there for the whole thing.
Yeah, and he did a great job of enlivening the discussion for the Berserker.
It's almost like they said, I'm going to be there anyway, and Warrior's my jam, so I'm just going to sit in on the whole thing, right?
Basically.
And they just went, I guess. Luckily, he's entertaining, so it's all good. A lot of what he talked about was what you could do to counter having a Berserker attack you.
Yeah, and I am doing some kind of crazy speculation in that it would be really cool if chill also reduced adrenaline gain.
That would be very interesting.
Like you're unable to get as angry if you're chilled.
I would think you'd get angrier, but unable to act on it, so it's kind of...
And it would put the Reaper even more at an opposite, which I thought would be interesting as well.
That would be interesting. When they mentioned at one point earlier on that one of the early iterations that they were talking about with the Berserker was once you were in Berserker mode, you couldn't be killed.
Yeah.
I was like, that's interesting. I'm not surprised it didn't stick.
Yeah.
Hugh also showed off the Wings of Glory.
Yeah, it was like incidental. He flipped over and it was like, oh, I have them on. And then...
Whoops!
Yeah. So if you want to get a sneak peek at what the effect is like while you're wearing them, you can hop on over to the YouTubes. And they also went over a lot with Legacy of the Full Fire. And I learned some things about line of sighting and still managing to stay on the point. Like with Waterfall. I found that was really interesting. I never noticed.
I was just this past week in a fight on that map at Waterfall and was having... It was a good fight. Like I think I was successful in the end, but it was very frustrating because whoever I was playing against was really good at dropping down and getting out of line of sight. I'm like, oh, you dink!
I hate when that happens. It's awful.
I may or may not have yelled. So when he was talking about the line of sighting, and specifically at Waterfall at Faux Fire, I was like, I know what you're talking about because I hate that. So, yeah.
Yeah. It's really interesting. And they were going over like, oh, well, you could blink from here to here. And I'm like, I didn't know you could blink from there to there. All right, I'm going to have to do that next time. So, good stuff.
Yep.
Tales of Tyria.
ArenaNet, Guild Wars 2, they put out Community Showcase number 5 with creative contributions from Guild Wars 2 players. And these are all good things. They actually had the Dragon Lieutenants portraits in there, but because they're awesome.
Yes.
Yes. I really liked the scented markers drawings of Azura. I thought those were adorable.
Yes.
Actually, I haven't watched it yet, but there is Ixa has a Excelsior, and it's specifically about the Chronomancer from the first beta weekend. So I do want to see that one. Probably will find that fairly interesting. And just a bunch of other stuff. Bunch of awesome drawings.
Mm-hmm. And also note that they are looking for submissions for their TwitchCon appearance as well. So if you've got something that you think that they would like to show off, you can do that. So over on Tumblr, Emir had a really great painting of a necromancer and Aura of the Lich. And it's a really great job.
Yep, I really like the atmosphere in it and the shading.
So it looked really great.
Mm-hmm. Also on Tumblr, user Char Salad had an NPC concept for a Kodan called Ebbing Tide. Mm-hmm. Kodan from Blue Ice. And I want Ebbing Tide to be my new best friend.
It's really cool looking.
Yeah.
I like the Kodan a lot.
I love the Kodan.
They're very interesting, and I enjoy the story behind them.
Honestly, the I greet you like the sun greets the morning is like one of my favorite things ever.
I heard it the other day for the first time in a really long time, and it was just like, I love that.
I just love the sentiment. It's one of, I was like, if I could say that to people out in the world without getting looked at strange, I probably would.
Yeah. It's a wonderful sentiment. I agree. Mm-hmm. And now on for some wonderful things. Now, if you are a die junkie or just somebody that really loves to play around with dies, there is a great site called To Die For Guild Wars 2. And you can submit your die combination. You can view various die combinations. And you can even look for specific die combinations. Allona picked out her favorite that I would love to show you, but I can't right now because my browser is frozen.
That's my favorite.
And it looks really great. I love the milky green to it. I like that shade.
I liked also the armor combination quite a bit too.
It looked very nice.
They had this Nico Plus that posted this one, had another one that was also really, really good, but I don't have a link for that one.
Allona, thank you for doing the show with me this week.
Thank you for also doing the show with me.
Hooray!
This week.
Thank you, chat room, for being nice and active and keeping us very distracted as well as entertaining us. And thank you for downloading the show or watching us on YouTube or on the site. And we hope that you enjoyed yourselves, that you may have learned a couple of things and got a few laughs along the way. But most importantly, we hope to see you in-game.
Legion calls.
So if you have a community event that you would like for us to share, go ahead and send us an email.
Seize the moment.
And if you've got a burning question or for our Ask an Azura segment, just let us know.
I'm selling. You buying?
We have coupon codes for Doghouse Systems. Use the coupon code MMO Reporter at doghousesystems.com to get an additional 120 gigabyte Super Star Destroyer drive for free on their next build.
Nice gear.
Or a star-studded diaper.
Or a star-studded diaper.
Yep.
No free samples.
Patreon page. If you're in love with the show or the network, please consider becoming a patron on our Patreon page.
Thanks for pitching in.
In the very least, it helps us keep the metaphorical lights on. So check it out at patreon.com/MMO Reporter.
That fulfills my needs. Thanks so much.
audibletrial.com/MMO Reporter. Books!
Books, now with sound!
Knowledge is the greatest treasure.
If you want a free audiobook, you should go to audibletrial.com/MMO Reporter.
That's valuable.
So, Allona, if people want to get in contact with us, how would they do so?
They would email us at gwreporter@mmoreporter.com. Twitter is @gwreporter. Our website is guildwarsreporter.com.
You must visit more often.
Voicemail is 616-666-6778 or use the widget on the right-hand side of the website. Our YouTube channel is MMO Reporter Network, and remember to like our videos and subscribe to the GW Reporter playlist. And if you feel like it, wander around and see what other shows are on the network that you might enjoy.
You are a welcome guest.
Facebook is GW Reporter. Tumblr is gwreporter.tumblr.com.
In a world where you can visit us on Twitter, I am Ultra, at Ultratown.
Find me at Hunter's Insight.
Allona may be found at One Big Pair.
As in Pear.
And Celeste, at Selly Ookie.
CELEOOKIE.
Yeah. Or you can visit us in-game. I'm onebigpair.1249.
And Ultra is...
Ultratown.5683.
And I'm Selyuki.5046.
May the spirits of the wild watch over you.
Good hunting.
Keep your blade sharp and your powder dry.
Take care of yourself.
May the Six watch over you.
Until next time!
Oh, I just... Raid your cares away. Down at Fraggle Rock. Sorry, I'm just reading what Slurms typed. What are you doing?
I had to go close my door. I'm sorry.
I can tell when you're not listening to me, Celeste.
Well, I was trying to be stealthy.
No.
Sorry.
Which was the what is it? What was the achievement in the season 2 that you had trouble with?
Oh, the stealthy one for...
Yes, real life is imitating art here. Because you were caught.
Yeah, very much so.
So anyway.
Okay. So, whoops.
This is the point in the show where both Celeste and I realize we haven't split up the show notes to know who's talking about what.
Yeah. Miss your cue? Well, that might be because there were none.
I don't think I've ever known it to work, so there's that.
I've done that event chain like once.
So why are we doing a show? We should go do that right now. Bye, guys. No. All right. But no, we're not going to.
Yeah, not right now.
And flaming. Just straight up flaming?
No, I didn't catch the last word and I meant to look it up. My bad.
It's just flame on.
Let me
We're just going to call it flame on.
No, just give me a second. I can find it. Yes, really, flaming. Because I meant to change that.
Watch, I'm going to reply and I bet you Moobot's going to talk. Damn it!
Flames of War.
Flames of War. I like flaming. I'm just going to call it flaming. Crazy.
Yeah.
Did you like deep breath like you were going to talk?
Yeah. So if you wanted to look for the page is taking forever to load. Come on. Load the page. Load the page.
I totally thought of Panther from our guild when I found this site today. I'm like, oh, this has to be in the show.
Oh, well, thanks for
Is it not working?
Yeah, it froze my browser.
You froze your browser.
It froze my browser.
Froze your browser off.
Yep.
I loves y'all, but if I got a precursor, I'm keeping it.
Yeah. If I
got one to legit drop, I would be ecstatic and say, mine! My precious! Unless it was the Bard. Although I could go for Twice Told Legend.
You could. That you may have learned a couple of things and got a few laughs along the way.
Oh!
But most importantly, we hope to see you in-game.
Also, I have a tip for...
Oh my god. Write it into the show notes.
Okay, well,
Write
it's
it into
really
the
quick.
Show notes.
No, I'm just saying it right now.
Okay.
So you know my tip that if you're on the loading screen, you could hit spacebar to log in to the game without hitting. It's not working.
Oh, they said they changed something. Like you can double click on the character now.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. Because I was hitting spacebar, nothing was happening, and I was very sad.
Oh.
I need 2 chicken harps.
2 chicken harps. Just what everyone needs.
If they ever made Focus a main hand weapon, I'd run with... How do you play it? I just mash them together.
You play it like as if they're kind of like castanets. You just go plong, plong,
plong, plong, plong.
Three French hens. Oh, God. Yeah, the Twitch show is a lot more fun because you get to listen to us mess up the whole time.
Yeah, it's true.
It's very true, especially when I can't even say aura.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and Hunter saying he's correcting me and agreeing with you that there's a UI to inform you that you can double click. So,
yep.
I was just so upset that the spacebar didn't work. Why can't they have both?
Yeah, I don't understand why both can't be a thing.
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
Yes, 6
French hens. Oh my God.
No, there wouldn't be 6. How many clones do you think we can only have 3 out at a time? So 4.
Yeah.
Blong, 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 blong.
Yes, there would be 8 hens. There you go. Chicken harps. Whatever. All the chicken harps. Except they don't usually all have that with your clones. Anyways, guys.
We're investigating this far too deeply.
Yeah. Rooster harps. You'd have a rooster harp and a chicken harp.
And you can make them kiss. Blong, 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 blong.
And you leave little eggs. Little eggs as the footprints.
And it's led by Gonzo the Mesmer.
Oh.
This is ludicrous.
Yes. And it would be amazing if it happened.
It's not going to happen.
Baby chick castanets. Adorable. Oh, man. You can't stop laughing, can you?
My face hurts.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Since there are no actual questions, we're just gonna, go further and further into sleep deprivation and insanity. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the stream, if OBS decides to respond. But, we'll see how it goes. So, if it does manage to cut out, thank you. And, we hope that we will see you next week for a special streaming, hopefully, with Relics of War.
Thanks for watching the video, everybody. Don't forget to check out all the other podcasts at MMOreporter.com or by clicking on any of the links here. And please check out our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MMOreporter. Thanks, everyone, and see you in game.